Well, for you old school folks like me, physical media is dead. Sure, there's still vinyls out there for you hipsters, but video game discs, just like the DVDs of yesteryear, are dead. Because Sony just quietly announced the end of owning a physical copy of anything you play on PlayStation. Partially because manufacturing the media and the device to play it has gotten out of hand. And the same week, we saw a new federal lawsuit that says the reason that the parts inside your console got so expensive is that 3 companies agreed to stop competing. What a coincidence. Things are getting worse for you so that other companies can make everything more expensive on purpose and make more money. And starting January 2028, Sony is going to stop manufacturing physical discs for any new PlayStation game. Everything after that, digital only forever. No resale, no lending it to a friend, no trade-in value, nothing you actually own, just a license. A license that Sony can theoretically revoke. Hell, EA Sports, they are pushing you toward a yearly subscription model just so you get access to the Madden and NCAA games. And look, I know I sound like an old fart, but a disc is yours. And hell, I enjoyed trading stuff in at GameStop. That was a thing for many, many years. And a license? It's really just a pinky promise from a corporation with a giant terms and conditions document that you'll never read that lays out exactly how little control you have over that digital media. And Sony's calling it shifting trends in consumer preference. But the part that they are not saying out loud is that memory and storage have gotten so expensive that pressing discs stopped penciling out. And why is all of this so expensive? A class action lawsuit filed last week in federal court in Northern California is accusing Samsung, SK Hynix, and Micron, the only 3 companies on Earth that make memory chips in basically everything you own. They're accused of coordinating anti-competitive behavior because all 3 simultaneously pulled back from consumer memory to chase this far more profitable AI data center market, which tightens supply chains on purpose. And the lawsuit's own language is damning. No new competitor can even enter this market because building a single modern memory factory would cost $15 to $20 billion. And it would need equipment from literally the same supplier in the world. One supplier, that's it. And look, this is not the first time that these folks have faced a lawsuit like this. Samsung and SK Hynix, they already pleaded guilty and had to pay a combined $480 million for price fixing on memory back in 2005. Micron, for the record, they say the claims are false and that it competes vigorously, fairly, and in compliance with all applicable laws. But then you add in that the demand for these chips has skyrocketed. And it's skyrocketed and fueled and overfunded by Donald Trump's obsession with this AI expansion. And so you have companies like OpenAI, NVIDIA, Google, Meta, and Microsoft who have made huge increases in their RAM orders. And now, PS5, Xbox, Switch 2, all of them cost more now than when they did at launch years ago. And this is the first time that that has ever happened in the history of a console. Prices are supposed to fall over time. Hell, Valve's new Steam machine launched at over $1,000. The Steam Deck jumped nearly 50%. And this part, Microsoft says memory and storage prices have already more than doubled and expects them to double again by next fall. But what they're not saying is Microsoft is one of the companies buying up all of the RAM for AI. They're making money on both ends. So you are going to pay more for the actual box to play your games, and starting in 2028, you won't even own the games on top of it. Some are going to point out that plenty of people genuinely prefer a digital library, and look, that is true. The convenience is real. For me, I love having the entire Engelbert Humperdinck catalog at my fingertips. And I just really wanted to say his name on camera because it's fun to say. But look, 3 companies that already got fixing prices once now control a market that literally no competitor can physically enter. And that shows much more than just people going, I want it all digitally now. And that's why I'm asking you to subscribe, because my Call of Duty obsession might finally have to stay stuck on Black Ops 7. And I need someone to complain to.